Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, I show you, I'm talking to you, how to make money in crypto. If you like money in crypto, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Guys, today, the clock is so, you can barely see the clock now. Somebody needs to fix that. I love everyone here, but somebody needs to fix that. We come to you every day live, 11:36 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes for my tiptoes, so I can see the clock. It is Wednesday, September 29th, and it is a steady 73 degrees here in the BitBoy Crypto studios. And let me tell you, we just we got our signage for our new studio proof today. So we're going to be, it's going to look really cool. I'm so excited when we get our new building going. It seems like this went on forever, though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so sad, so sad, so sad. When do you think we'll be in there?
I have no
Next
idea.
year now.
No, I'm still holding out for this year, but
Pretty sure you said June originally.
I'm pretty sure I've said June,
every month.
July, August, September, and October.
Yeah.
And if we get past October, I'll say November.
That's right.
But yeah, it's pretty hard to predict what's going to happen when you're dealing with the government.
Somebody says no XRP update today. No, we're going to talk about XRP NFTs today, actually. So read a little more carefully, XRP Army. Now, listen, you didn't get in the XRP Army because you were smart. You didn't get in the XRP Army because you can read. You got in the XRP Army because you're dedicated to the cause and to make money. So I'll forgive you for that gaffe. All right, guys. Well, today's, the price of Bitcoin is doing, it's still just, it seems like I never know at any given moment if it's at 41,000 or 42,000 or 43,000. It's just hovering in this just same little range. And it's, it's not fun right now. But I will say this, it feels like that 41,000 is holding. And it feels like some narratives are starting to come out that are very, very positive. It feels like maybe the cycle is turning right now, the news cycle. Now, for weeks and weeks, we had no FUD. And then over the last week, it's just been, we've been pounded with it. And the price of Bitcoin has still held that $41,000 number. So we'll have to take a look and see on the chart what that looks like. But let's go ahead and get into the video today. 1.28 million subscribers on the channel. On Twitter, we have 565,000.1 followers. What happened here? Why is this tweet unavailable?
I'm not sure.
This was from Documenting BTC. What did they delete, I wonder?
I don't know. Maybe it was the...
Whoa, it says that the whole page doesn't exist.
What?
No, that can't be right. No, that's because the tweet doesn't exist.
Yeah. I wonder if it had to do with the Coinbase tweet.
It might have been. Let's see. Documenting Bitcoin. More followers than we have. How many followers does Altcoin Daily have now?
They're growing pretty quick.
I felt like they look like they were going to catch us. Yeah, I think they're only 19,000 behind us now. Good for them. Good for Altcoin Daily. We like Altcoin Daily. They can pass us. That's fine. We like them. Let's see here. Serving combined monthly users. That was from September 28th. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I don't know what that tweet we retweeted was. Maybe Brian can fill us in. Maybe he'll tell us what it was. So, all right. But anyways, let's move on here. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. 294,000 followers. And look at this. Look at this. The shirt I wore for 3 days. Man, I'm praying right there, guys. I'm praying to remember my lines. This is from our documentary that we filmed. Can't wait for you guys to see that. That's going to be super exciting. But looking at the cryptoverse today, we're coming in at $1.866 trillion, 89 billion in volume shrinking.
Yeah, I don't
Bitcoin,
like that.
What's that?
I don't like that.
No, I don't like the volume going down. I don't like that. Surprisingly, I like high volume. That should not shock anybody.
Yeah.
42.3% Bitcoin, ETH 18.3%, 23 Paraguays will get you an ETH transaction. Very cheap. Look at those ETH transactions. 46, this is the lowest we've seen it in quite a while.
Mm-hmm. Well, because the volume's down, I guess.
Yeah. Well, look at that. Just as we pull it up, it goes back below 42,000.
Oh,
amazing, isn't it?
That's fun.
Frank Brown wants to know a bench press update from BitBoy. Bench press update is I did 300 a few weeks ago, and now we're doing what Shelby calls road work.
Yeah.
So we've gone down. We're doing high reps. We did 5 at I think 260. We did 10 at 225, which was more difficult than I thought it was going to be. But we did it. So we've been going back down. We're working on the road work before we go up to 315. So
Yeah, he loves using that phrase, road work.
he loves road work.
Yeah.
He loves it. Is that because it takes forever?
I don't know.
Ethereum 28.69, Cardano 206, XRP 93 cents. It had a little bit of a pump. Now it's gone back down a little bit. Solana 135, Polkadot 27, Dogecoin still under 20 cents. Avalanche now retracing down to 13. I do think it is going to have another run up. I would feel good accumulating Avalanche at this point. Overall market cap for Bitcoin coming in $789 billion. ETH at $341 billion. Let's check out the biggest pumpers of the day here. We have OMG up 11%, coming in at number 67 on CoinMarketCap. Arweave coming in at $43, up 11%. Arweave, one to keep your eye on. We have a video coming out on that one, or either maybe we already put it out. I don't know the schedule anymore around here. But we do have a video about Arweave that I think is very interesting. I think it went out yesterday, I think. But, you know, I didn't realize it's kind of getting into the same space that Filecoin and Storage, the old project, and what's that?
Was Gollum, or was it Sia? Sia or Gollum? Were they
Siacoin.
Sia.
I think it's Siacoin, I believe.
SIA.
Yeah. I always pronounce it Siacoin, but then I heard people saying Sia. I think it's Siacoin. And then Internext was another one that was in on that space. So basically like cloud storage, decentralized storage, which plays a role in our documentary we'll be talking about. DYDX continuing to pump, a favorite place from Chinese people trying to escape crypto persecution. Axie Infinity still pumping up at number 33. It's up 10%. Binance Coin with a big pump. So I woke up this morning, I got an alert on my phone that said Binance Coin was up like 6% or 10%, whatever it was. Can't remember exactly what it was. But I saw it and I was like, oh, good. The market must be pumping. And then I pulled it up. I was like, no, Bitcoin was at the exact same spot. So look, I'm a little, I'll say this. I'm not super bullish on Bitcoin today, but I'm also not quite as bearish as I was yesterday, because I do feel like it is holding this 41 pretty good. If you look at the chart, we'll look at the chart in a little bit, but I do feel like it's holding a little bit better today and over the last 24 hours. It looks like maybe we're just going to continue this sideways action for the next, who knows, next few days. Maybe Friday things start going back up. So Sharpclaw says he feels like, from the basement, says he feels like we're going to see 30K Bitcoin before we see 50K Bitcoin again. If we see a $30,000 Bitcoin again soon, we won't be seeing a $50,000 Bitcoin for 4 years. You agree with that?
That we won't see it for, you say 4 years?
Mm-hmm.
If we see 30 again, we won't see 50 for 4 years.
You think it can go all the way back down to the bottom of May and still go back up, you know, above 50,000?
I have to think. I guess it depends. Like if it did it maybe this week, possibly.
No, I don't think so. I don't think there's any way it can go down to 30,000. I think it go down to 35 maybe, but it can't go back and test lows again. If it tests lows again, the whole thing we just went through was a bull trap. The whole thing. And I mean, if you look at the chart, you know, it's very consistent with what we saw in 2018, to be honest. But I don't think we're going to see that. I do think we're going to get the breakout. We're going to look at some stuff on the chart today. I got some measurements that I want to do. I love measurements. Our iPad is being charged right now, so we'll be back on the iPad tomorrow. But
oh, tomorrow. I was going to ask if you practiced doing the measurements on the iPad.
no, I did on my phone a little bit. But,
all right. Well, let's do some Q&A.
Let's do
it. First question from YouTube. Q&A on, or thoughts on Adax.
Yeah, we like Adax, decentralized exchange. Cardano, we're a marketing partner of theirs. We think it's going to do very well. That's really all the information we have on it at this point. You know, we do believe DEXs on change are going to be good. We've seen the way they performed on Solana, the way Radium and Serum have performed. So yeah, we like Adax and Sunday Swap. Those are going to be your two go-to Cardano dexes, we believe.
From the basement Q&A, or is it just me, or is this turning into the same thing that happened in the 2017 bull run?
What does he mean?
I guess he means pump right there at the end of the, November.
Oh, you mean like timing wise? Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I have said, which is, I do believe that timing wise, while it looks like we were a little ahead on our timeline of the September 28th, approximate date for the top of the market, we were a little ahead. I think we're going to turn out to be, 6 to 8 weeks ahead, most likely. But it is interesting how this is playing out month wise, exactly to 2017 potentially, where we have October, November, December. Where is let's go back. Let's look at that. Bitcoin gains month by month. We can never find this chart. Didn't we say we were going to make our own and then we never did?
That is correct.
Yeah, we need to do that.
We found it a few different. Well, the reason we didn't is
we find it, but
and then we lose it again.
Yeah, exactly. But then it's only up. You're only at the whim of the
last person
image, the last person to update it. I want to make our own. This one okay. So this is 2021. So you go back to 2017. Look at this. In September, we were down 7.5%, and then we went up 47, 53, and then 38 before retracing 14%. So let's look.
And that's
let's keep this up when we get to the charts.
Yeah.
I want to look more at that.
This is a good question from John Drew, a super chat on YouTube. Bought uni.matic at all-time highs in May. Should I move them into different assets or hodl?
Do not move those.
Yeah.
That would be your biggest mistake. Number one way people lose money in crypto is by moving things too much. Since we believe that we still are in a bull run, we do still believe that, regardless of the feelings right now. When you start moving stuff around, you're basically playing, a game, a carnival game, basically. Like you spin a wheel and you throw a dart and you just hit the balloon on the number. You're like, okay, well, I'm in MATIC right now. Let me throw, I'm going to move that over to Cosmos. Like, no, that's not really the way it works. You got to wait. All the pumps are cyclical. I believe even if you bought all-time highs, we're going to go way past all-time highs here in the next few months.
Dapper Crypto said bull market confirmed with proof of shirt.
Yeah, you guys like this one today?
Yeah, a lot of people said that would look good with the cowboy hat.
Ooh, yeah.
They said you look like you're about to go square dancing.
Dang right. I do. This is the first time I've worn a long sleeve shirt in a while. Fall.
Winter is coming.
No, don't say that.
JM, is it too late to accumulate e-gold? Or
why? Why would it be too late? No, we think e-gold still has a lot of upside. It's been retracing a little bit after a huge run up. So yeah, I see no reason not to accumulate e-gold. I think it's a great pick long term, great pick for the rest of this bull run.
Question from the basement. If you had to pick one out of AVAX, Link, and MATIC, which performs the best for the rest of the bull run and why?
Well, I'm definitely not going to say Chainlink because I think Chainlink is setting up for another bear market run. I mean, that's what it looks like. It's so weird, but MATIC or AVAX? I've got to say AVAX. Yeah. I mean, I have to say AVAX. And can we look into running an AVAX node?
Sure.
Because Benjamin Cowan runs one, like he runs Cardano node, and so there's got to be a lot of upside in running one. We've got a lot of AVAX. We should do it. Help us get involved a little more in that ecosystem. I do believe it is capable of a Solana type run. It had a lot of money just pumped into it, institutional money pumping into it, VC money pumping into it to develop the DeFi ecosystem. So I think Avalanche, I think it will at some point during this run be well up into the top 10. By the end of it, it may go back out, but I think it's got a big run.
A little bit of a macro question from, I don't remember where this was asked from. What do y'all think about Q3 earnings calls being the hopium or hopium to thrust us towards Ben's target despite being later than expected? This is like the big public companies that have to, go over the earnings calls at the end of every quarter. And
I'm going to say it's been disappointment after disappointment after disappointment for every quarterly earnings call. We have nothing that's really been positive from these in crypto. We did get the Tesla buying Bitcoin news. I don't know if it was in their earnings call or the SEC report, I think came out that the document they had to disclose. But look, Facebook was supposed to talk about it. Walmart was supposed to buy it. Yada yada yada. I don't think that is the hopium that will get us there. I expect the earnings calls to be pretty boring. Think about this. In the most bullish parts of this bull run, we still didn't have big crypto news coming out of the quarterly earnings reports. So even the Coinbase earnings report that came out, everybody's waiting on, it didn't do anything to the market. We're going to be looking at something today that could be what thrust us there. Still a little hesitant, but there was some really big news that just dropped a little bit ago that could be very bullish.
All right.
Could be.
You want to look at some charts?
Yeah, sure. Let's look at some charts. Hopium. After seeing that Easter bunny. Okay. I'll never say regular Easter bunny again. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
9,700 viewers, 1,679 likes. If we could get people, smash that like button, get some more people in here. Gives up over 10,000 viewers. What do we set the bar low? 5,000 today?
Sure.
5,000? They say my face looks extra bloated today.
What?
Yeah, that's the chat from Nico.
That was nice of him to say.
Yeah, that's so nice of you. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. A lot of people say look like I've been losing weight, but I haven't. But people tell me that, so the lies go both ways, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's start here with the charts. Let's go back to this chart here, which is actually the monthly chart. It's hard to see. It's hard to see too. The green on green and red on red.
Yeah.
Well,
thanks, Excel.
Yeah, thanks for that. Appreciate that. But so it's basically down 7% for the month of September. So let's go over here to the monthly chart. Got the 11-hour chart up right now. That 11-hour chart. Okay, so here we go. This is the monthly chart. Okay. Let's remove all the drawings. Okay. All right, so we're on regular candles, I think. Right. Okay. All right, so here we go. So let's see, how far down are we this month? We are down right now 11%. We're down 11% right now. In 2000 and let me move this over here by this. In 2017, we were down 7.5% for the month. So we're down a little bit more. Now, let's just look and see if we got similar gains for the next, let's just say the next 3 months. Let's see what would happen here. So it's 47.53.39, 47.53.39, 47.53.39. Okay, so from here, 47% would put us at 69,000. Okay, so 69,000. And then I think it was 53. Yeah, or 50. Yeah, 53. Let's go here from 53. 53%. That would put us at 106,000. Now, I don't think that December is going to end up really bullish. I think by the end of December, we'll retrace. But if we just had the same 2 months, if we just got the same months in October and November that we got back in 2017, that would shape us up to hit. No, you got to move the timer though. That would shape us up to hit $100,000, just like we've been discussing for several months here on this channel that we should be hitting. So that's pretty interesting to look at that, to see if we just got the same returns in 2018 that we got in 2017 over October and November. That would put us over the $100,000 mark. Still believe that is going to happen. Now, I want to go to the daily chart here, and I want to take a look here at some stuff that we're seeing. Okay. Let's see, zoom this in here. Okay, so I want to do some measurements. I had this thought last night, kind of looking at this, kind of looking at this. Okay, so let's see here. When did this start going up? Like, when did this fractal begin here? Right here. Okay, so I want to measure this here. I want to measure the amount of days this was here. So from basically when this bull run really kicked off, December 12th, to when we hit all-time highs, that was 123 days, 123 days. And then the mini bear market here basically took, can you remember that number, 123 days?
Yes.
123. And then this took 97. So see if I can pull up my handy dandy calculator here. So 97 divided by 123. What's it at? 78%. 78% here. Okay, now let's measure this, because basically what we're looking at here is we're looking at these fractals, okay? This fractal here, okay, Carl pointed out from the moon on the channel how this here actually looks pretty similar to this, okay? Pretty similar. So if that were the case, I would like to figure out, like, how much longer of this sideways action would we have if it fit this exactly. So basically, the long and short of the bear market part of that was 78% of the bull run is what it was from December. So let's do this here. Let's figure out what this is. Let me remove these drawings again. Okay, so we go from here to here. Okay, so that is 48 days. 48 days. And then so far we have 23 days. So 48 and 23. Is that right? 48, 23. So 48, let's see, times 48 equals 37. So basically the long and the short. Okay, so here we go. Here's what we're trying to get to here. If we were to follow exactly the fractal, it would be 2 more weeks of this. If we followed this sideways action for 2 more weeks, that would complete the fractal. Now, what do you guys think? Do you guys believe that we're going to, stay sideways for another couple weeks? Or do you think we're going to end up going upwards from here sooner than that? Or are we going to go down much lower? We do have this falling wedge. I was saying descending triangle, but falling wedge is the actual terminology. We have a falling wedge that basically runs from here to here. And then from, I think it's up here, the line goes from here to here. So basically the long and the short of it is it could go all the way down to 37,000 and still be in this falling wedge. But this overall is a bullish pattern. This is a bullish pattern. Even though we're continuing to go downwards, at some point this is going to bounce and go up. But the key thing to watch right now is the $41,000 level. Because if you really zoom in and look here, this $41,000 level, I mean, it is really, really strong. This is the daily. We can actually go to probably the 4-hour chart. Maybe it'll be even a little more pronounced here. Okay, so $41,000. Yeah, I mean, look. I mean, over here on the 4-hour chart, I mean, we've exactly bounced off this twice. And then very close back here, it dipped a little bit below it. But this level here is so crucial for Bitcoin to hold. If we do fall below this, then you can pretty much, mark it down. We're heading down to 36 or 37 before we get that bounce up. Now, it's going to be very interesting to see if we do hold this level. I mean, it's been holding. But, one of the things to keep in mind is the more times that we test the line, the more likely it is to break. I mean, that's just obvious. Same thing with resistance, or same thing with support resistance. When the charts are going up, when they bounce up against resistance and come back down, when they test it multiple times, that's a good sign. Eventually, it is going to break it. But, unfortunately right now, we've touched off of this like basically 5 times just on the 4-hour chart. So hopefully we will see this hold. What do you think is going to hold, or you think we're going down, TJ?
That's a big one. Because, yeah, I could see us getting down to that 36, 37 level. It's hard to feel confident, but I'll say it holds. I hope I want it to hold. We'll put it that way. I'm still not scared if it goes down to 36, but It's bounced off close to 40. I mean, maybe not exactly, but 39, high 39s, 40, 41, 42. It's gone down there several times. Yeah, so I'll say it holds.
Hope so. Hope
Same.
it holds. Hope it holds. I'm tired of this thing being sideways.
Yeah.
Can you imagine 2 more weeks of this?
I can, because we did it for a long time before when it was, I can remember months of between, right around 7,000 and not a lot of difference either.
Well,
either
yeah, but
way.
we weren't doing live streams every day.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
It's a little bit more difficult to come up and talk about it when it's so boring,
Yeah, but 2 weeks, I can, but I'm not hoping for it, put it that way.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it to go up tomorrow. How about that?
I wish it went up yesterday.
Yeah, or this weekend, hopefully while we're out there, having fun this weekend in North Georgia. I don't want to say I almost said words that YouTube doesn't like, but
Oh, yeah, good call. Don't do that.
yeah, but maybe we'll have an explosive weekend.
Juggy TV says he loves me 365 days a year.
Oh,
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Juggy TV.
Can we find out? By the way, side note that no one will have any clue what I'm talking about. Can you make sure that there's not gravel where we're going?
Yes.
Like, we need to confirm that.
Yeah, I'll do it right now.
Thank you. Appreciate that. When you get up in the mountains, I mean, there's a lot of gravel. You can't be getting gravel on the new car. So I'll just leave it at that.
All right.
Yep. Moving on here. Coinbase. So check this out. This is extremely interesting. Did you see this?
I heard about it.
Okay. So here's the thing. Now, I've been told that we should not be expecting an ETF to get approved. Now, it could happen. Certainly could happen. I've been told not to expect it. It would have some repercussions that probably are not going to, be applicable for this bull run. But the thing is that Coinbase seems to think that there is going to be an ETF approved soon. Coinbase report: expect growth in crypto funds and SEC approved ETF soon. Annual GFM report says institutional investors should continue to fuel expansion in the crypto fund market as the market anticipates the SEC will approve an ETF within a year. Okay, well, within a year is a little more reasonable. I can see that happening. When looking at the crypto fund universe, now, hear me out on this. Hear me out on this. Obviously, ETF in the bear market would not have the same effect that it would have in a bull market. But how does Coinbase make their money?
Fees, trading,
volume, right? Well, we've been on these 4-year cycles. We've been very distinct, very clear. Well, what if they've got a plan here to get this approved in the bear market? Could that break the 4-year cycles? Could that make it where people are trading in extremely bullish, even in, even when the markets are not dealing with the supply shock from the halving? It would be an interesting play by Coinbase to try to make it relevant. Lynn Beaumont says, we've been hearing ETFs soon since 2017. 100%. I saw Elio put out a video saying, ETF getting approved could be what sends the It could be what sends Bitcoin up. But we've been talking about it since 2017. That's why you have to take it with a grain of salt. The difference here is Coinbase tweeted this out and then immediately deleted it.
Because it was a mistake.
Because it was a mistake to put it out. Now, who has been meeting with the SEC consistently for the past several months? Coinbase. Uncle Brian going to see Skeletor. Let's see. So anyways, that's the whole story here. I'm not going to go over this entire thing other than to say this. The thing you need to take away is Coinbase tweeted this out and then they deleted it. This is getting a lot of runway on news articles right now. So continue to check this out. I have to see what happens.
Just real quick update. Roads are paved up there.
Yep.
But the road to the actual range is gravel. So
there'd be a place to park.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can get it up there anyway.
Okay. Do not want gravel.
Yeah.
I've already been thinking about going to Bobby Axelrod is the guy. Wrong. I'm Bobby Axelrod. Yeah, I've been thinking about pulling in the driveway. It'll be fun. Okay. Bitcoin whales move record BTC value as metric sounds alarm over price volatility. Bitcoin price action may be boring for many, but whales have been busier than ever behind the scenes. Data suggests we continue to see this. They've added over $10 billion in the last few months. I mean, I don't need to go over this again other than just say whales are buying. BlackRock was long on Bitcoin in August. So very interesting here. You look at BlackRock, the biggest hedge fund in the world, the largest asset manager in the world, held 10.8 million in CME futures in August. Let's see. It made a modest $360,000 with 54 long futures contracts expired on August 27th. Golly. Bitcoin, look at this. They were long in August. In August, Bitcoin went up 33%. So what are they doing right now, I wonder? I wonder if they're long right now. BlackRock dipped its toes in Bitcoin futures trading for the first time in early 2021. Its Bitcoin holdings represent a drop in its bucket. In July, their CEO, Larry Fink, said there was very meager demand for crypto. Interesting. Remember, don't see what they say, follow what they do. In July, BlackRock's Larry Fink said, people aren't really interested in crypto. August, they're long. They're long in August, right? You see the way the game works. Okay. All right, let's move on. Next story here. ETH 2.0 moves closer to fruition as devs set Altair upgrade for October. Doesn't this sound like a Cardano roadmap? Altair.
Yeah, it does.
Well, they have Voltaire, I think.
They do.
Huh?
They do.
That is one, right? That's the last one, I think.
I don't know.
What did it go to after this one? After Goguen?
I'd have to look.
I'll look it up real quick. Cardano roadmap. Cardano roadmap. Basho. Yeah, we're in Basho and then Voltaire. Scaling. And then the governor, Voltaire. Okay. Ethereum transition to proof of stake continues with the first mainnet upgrade of Beacon Chain scheduled for late October. The Ethereum network's long-planned upgrade to a scalable proof of stake consensus model grows closer as developers set a date for the Altair upgrade. We're going to talk about what that is. It's described as the first mainnet upgrade to the Beacon Chain. It's scheduled to take place at epoch 74,240, or roughly October 27th. How about that day? According to Ethereum Foundation researcher Danny Ryan. This upgrade brings light client support to the core consensus, cleans up Beacon State incentive accounting, fixes some issues with validator incentives, and steps up the punitive params, as per EIP 2982. Punitive parameters to ensure the proof of stake protocol is economically secure. Inactivity leak and slashing are two proposed penalties. The London hard fork arrived almost on schedule on August 5th, ushering in the highly anticipated EIP 1559 proposal, where it went deflationary. Joseph Lubin, who co-founded Ethereum before moving on to Consensus, said London puts ETH on track to become ultrasound money. Let's see. Concept of ultrasound money was popularized by Bitcoin community members, yada, 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 yada. Yeah, so the point here is, each one of these little marks on the roadmap, each of these proposals move us a little bit closer to ETH 2.0. And December is when this thing is supposed to kick off. I think they're sticking with that. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. But they say that is when it's going to take place. I guess which phase it is, I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, it won't be completely rolled out. A lot of people put the estimates of it getting completely rolled out in 2023, maybe late 2022. Now, where will we be at in the market at that point? Let's say market goes to December at this point. Let's say market goes to December. So basically 1 full year of bear action, hitting a bottom, 1 year of really boring, kind of sitting there action, probably March or April of 2024 is when we will get the next halving. Well, we'll look it up real quick. What the estimate, I think they have it as May. I think it'll be before May. It's usually about 2 months before Bitcoin halving countdown. Here it is.
By the way, a lot of chatter about AVAX getting added to Coinbase Pro.
Oh,
So there's some volume.
that just happened?
Yeah. supposedly.
Interesting. We'll have to check, see what's going on with AVAX now. Well, it was down, what, 7%? Now it's down 3%. Now it's up 6%. Very interesting. I said this thing will get way up in that top 10. I mean, it's still pretty far. There's such a big separator between 10 and 11.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, to get to number 10, it's got a 2x,
Mhm.
you know? So I definitely think it's possible. I mean, this is more, hey, what a coincidence. We see all of this money flowing into Avalanche, and then right after that, Coinbase Pro listing. Can't make that stuff up. But anyways, back to the countdown here. It is showing May 9th, 2024. So it basically, this should be rolling out by the end of 2023. This could be around the time we see the market start turning back. Probably is what we'll see. So that'll give it a good year and a half or a good year and a half to 2 years to really get its legs underneath it. And then when it rolls out, hopefully the market will be turning more bullish, and then that'll be extremely bullish for Ethereum. Who knows what kind of numbers it can hit in the next, in the next bull run. AVAX not in New York on Coinbase. Well, if you live in New York, you need to move. I got no other. Look, if you're in crypto and you live in New York, you need to get the F out. Period. They are going to do everything they can. Why is New York so much against crypto?
Because that's the financial center.
It's the home of the Mecca of the traditional financial system. They want to hold on to it with every grasp they have. They're going to make sure that people in that area are not making money in crypto. So I would say I would boycott New York. I would never. Well, I wouldn't live there in the first place. But New York and California, the two most popular states to leave these days. So not all about crypto. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Cardano's slow and steady project Catalyst now holds more than $1 billion. At the 2021 Cardano Summit, participants heard from several officers overseeing different parts of the third biggest blockchain ecosystem. Yeah, that makes sense. During his own keynote speech, head of product governance, Dor Garbage, his last name's Garbage. It's like garbage, TJ.
Yeah.
Garbage. Spoke about Project Catalyst, a decentralized fund of around $1 billion for a community to vote on and allocate to those bringing solutions. While Bitcoin has a maximum coin supply and Ethereum is switched to burning Ether, Cardano does not burn ADA. In fact, IOHK CEO Charles Hoskinson has been strongly against the idea of doing so. In such a situation, another strategy was needed to incentivize the Cardano community to identify problems in the ecosystem and bring forward solutions. Garbage said, I think a nice aspect of Catalyst, if you really think about it, it's almost like a machine that converts this like raw tokens that sit in a treasury into a resource in the hands of the people who are building the network. And that's what it does. It just transfers the wealth to the doers and to the reviewers and the maintainers of the system. Really, I mean, that's what blockchain's all about. Catalyst ecosystem consists of proposers, voters, community advisors, and referrers. Community advisors are meant to ensure the quality of proposals before introducing them to voters. Official document states that 14% of the Treasury fund would go to voters as their reward.
I did confirm Coinbase Pro did tweet that they're prepping for AVAX trading. It goes live 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, let's pull up the tweet. Pull it up.
And
9 a.m. tomorrow on
supported regions.
Supported regions.
So probably.
Oh, Coinbase tweeted it.
Coinbase Pro. There it is.
There she is. Look at that. Oh, man, I think that's going to be something we're going to turn out to be right about. I think this thing's going on a Solana type run. I mean, getting on Coinbase was another big move that happened in Solana during this time. Look, Avalanche is a monster. I mean, I would go so far as to say Avalanche is better than Solana. I would say, in terms of what they're trying to do right now. I mean, look, Solana already had a huge, giant problem. I think Avalanche is definitely one to watch. I think it's going to compete very hard for, the number 3 smart contract platform. I still think Cardano is way ahead of all of them. Ethereum's way ahead of all of them. Cardano not in development, but I do believe Cardano is, and that's just me taking a risk and gambling. Like maybe it won't be, maybe it'll fail. I don't think it will, but I believe Cardano will be the number 2. The community behind it is so much stronger than the community behind Solana, Avalanche, Tezos, any other Cosmos. We like Cosmos, but the community is so much stronger there. So I think Avalanche is one to watch for sure. I'm getting more bullish on it by the moment. I wish we had more.
Agreed. Well, I'm doing that right now.
Woo! I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah.
Okay, I love it. Let's get an Avalanche, but we need some updated pillows. Let's get Jasmine to make us some pillows.
Yeah. Does she still love us?
Yeah, she does. She does love it. She,
Okay.
according to my sources, she says she just doesn't want to edit it. Like she doesn't want to be behind a
Oh,
computer right now, which
see.
I understand completely.
Yeah.
But she's willing
They
to
all
do
know
other stuff.
that's the one excuse they can give that you can't really get mad at because they know how much you hate editing.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. We miss Jasmine. We love her. She was a great employee.
Yeah.
But maybe she'll make us an Avalanche pillow and a Solana pillow. Maybe she'll
I'm
make
sure
more
she would.
pillows. I'm sure she would.
She's the best.
She's so crafty.
She is.
So crafty.
Should chill her Etsy store.
Yeah. We right now. You want me to?
Well, no, we'll do it in
remember
exchange for pillows.
the name. Like Jazzy something. I think was the
Yeah,
name of it. In
Jazzy
exchange for pillows,
Creations.
we will shill her Etsy store. Okay. Date above timer. Time possible so hard to get past filter. What are they talking about? I don't know.
They're probably talking about the super chat filters, if I had to guess.
Well, but what's the date above timer?
No idea.
I have no idea what that's about. Okay, so moving on here. Ripple joins NFT boom with launch of $250 million creator fund. Ripple is betting on XRP ledger sustainability and lower transaction costs to open up new opportunities in the NFT space. Now, TJ, I know you don't like Ripple. I know you actually hate Ripple. You actually, I believe you said that you hope people that own XRP.
Whatever you're about to say is not something.
You don't even know what I was going to say.
It doesn't matter.
What do you think I was going to say?
It doesn't matter. I just know I'd never said anything that started with what you started with.
Well, you don't know the ending, though.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. I don't even know where I was going. I mean, they were all negative. It was
Of
like jumping
course.
off a bridge or,
Right.
you know,
Lose all their money.
dying in a car
or-
crash,
yeah,
like a lot of
none
terrible
those
stuff.
things. None of those things.
But I didn't say those things. So,
Right.
You said that you hope they all get poor.
Nope.
You didn't say that either.
Definitely didn't.
Well, you're not a giant fan of Ripple, but what about if the XRP ledger,
Yeah.
and let's say the Flare network, and the areas where there is some decentralization and it's
Mhm.
not necessarily directly connected to Ripple Labs, said add the date above the timer to the show.
Oh.
That's a great idea.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Sure.
I don't know if we put it there. We put it somewhere.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Thank you for that, super chat. But I mean, what do you think about that? Like, you're good with that. You just don't like the centralized bank aspect of it.
We're actually not too far apart in our thoughts and beliefs towards Ripple. A lot of it was the management. A lot of it was the pre-mine, the fact that they had most of the supply, the fact that the XRP token wasn't needed at the time. Basically, I feel like most of the people I knew that got into XRP or Ripple didn't understand it. And if they did, they wouldn't have been as bullish as they were. And then anytime you actually tried to talk to them about it, they wanted to tell you, no, you're an idiot, even though they didn't really understand the thing they were investing in themselves. Now it's changed a lot, obviously. Still not a big fan of the management. Still not a huge fan of... What are you doing?
I thought that was an XRP shirt. I want that.
Yeah, so still not a fan of how the project started, but still it's moving a much better direction now.
But hasn't the SEC case like maybe turned you just a little bit on it?
Yeah,
like realizing remember
yes,
who are really the enemies here?
The banks and the centralized, the big centralized banks, and the fact that they're going head to head with the SEC is great. However, they're still planning to work with the big centralized banks. So, it's a double-edged sword or two-sided coin or whatever you want to say. But
yeah,
I mean, I like it much more now than I did in 2018 and 2019. I'll say that, but
hey, XRP Army, we're making a difference.
One at a time, changing one heart at a time.
Look, here's the thing about all this. Something I'm very interested in is, basically, here's the story. XRP Or Ripple has joined the NFT boom, $250 million creator fund for people to create NFTs. Oh, let's launch some NFTs on Ripple.
Okay.
Justin DZ just walked by.
There's a sign.
You guys, thoughts and prayers for DZ today. He's having a
needle in his eye.
Oh, I wasn't going to say what it was. I was going to say a procedure, but yeah, he's having some issues. So
he's talked about it before.
Oh, he has. Okay. Yeah. So he's getting a needle put in his eye today. So you guys remember him today in your thoughts and prayers. Hopefully it goes okay. It should go fine, but he said it's a 1 in 1,000 chance that he loses his sight.
Yeah. This is number 2 of 3. So the first one went off without a hitch. I imagine this one will.
Oh, he's already had needles in his eye.
He's had one. Yeah. About a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. So anyways, you guys, be in, consideration of that for him. So hopefully it goes fine. We love, he's been great to help me. There's been some times I can't be here. So he's a great person to fill in, and he's a decent human as well. So, but here's the thing. This is what I'm really interested to see as we move into the next generation of blockchain. And I don't mean the new blockchain techs coming out. I mean like just a more mature space. I wonder if like VeChain is a smart contract platform, right? We don't think of it like that. XRP, Ledger, and Flare Network, smart contract, are able to be integrated with those. Okay. So I just wonder if eventually we're going to look back and a lot of the projects we talk about now that we don't even think about in that way, if they will be major players in that space. Can VeChain or Ripple, can they be major players in the smart contract space? And what kind of use cases will go on top of that? I just think it's very fascinating to think as we move into that. So, good. A lot of people are, making some suggestions. Maybe DZ gets a crypto ticker in his eye.
In his retina. That he know the prices all the time. That's funny.
Oh, God.
Can you
want to talk about
that?
punishment?
Yeah, that's torture.
Oh, God. It's like a Black Mirror episode.
It is.
Okay, so another huge milestone for Polygon, or MATIC, says we eclipsed Ethereum Layer 1 in daily active addresses for the first time ever. This is just the beginning. We are working round the clock. How do you feel about round the clock as opposed to around the clock?
I would say around the clock.
Yeah, technically, can you use the word round that way, or is that like a slang? I don't know. But hey, we're working round the clock to improve on tech, strengthen our ecosystem, increase adoption, and improve grammar. Let's bring the world to Ethereum. So if you guys don't know what Polygon's basically trying to do, is they're trying to be, I remember when they first kind of went through their rebrand, it was supposed to be kind of like Cosmos, except on Ethereum, like bringing a larger ecosystem into Ethereum. Or was it Cosmos or was it Polkadot? I think it was Polkadot, like trying to do parachains and stuff like that. I think it's a similar infrastructure to what they're eventually planning. But we love Polygon. We love MATIC. That's when people ask me these questions like, what would you take for the rest of this bull run? Would you take XRP or Cardano? Or would you take MATIC or Avalanche? Like, they're small differences.
And the answer is we're taking both.
Taking all of them.
Yeah.
All of those projects, we took them.
Yeah.
So, is the super chat down?
No, we've had super chats.
Oh, we have had a few. We have had a few. So $1.4 billion in Link. Oh, this was a MATIC and Link milestone. Did we want to talk about MATIC for a little bit more there? We'll just move on. 1.45 billion in Chainlink bought by Chainlink whales holding 1 to 10 million coins in a single week. Ooh, this is actually really bullish because those Link Marines love to pump that price.
Yeah.
If we look back at some of those biggest pumps, it's been from a lot of whales.
What was the name of that?
I do not have a spray tan. I have not tanned. I've not been to a tanning bed. I have not done spray tanner. I don't know why everybody's talking about this.
I saw him spray tan.
What's that?
I said I saw you spray tan.
Shut up. I've never spray tanned in my life.
I would literally just got a booth. We just got a booth installed in the changing room. Dude. So now every time right before he comes on the show, he just gets a little spritz.
I'd rather be 5'7".
A little spritz on the face with that tanner. Yep.
Putting a little spritz on my face, DJ?
I'm not doing it.
Well, this is getting weird, bro.
Yeah.
No, I've never spray tanned in my life. I would never spray tan. I used to go to tanning beds before I got married. I got married and there's no reason to tan anymore. So I do a lot of coaching. I've been outside like a lot. Every Saturday, all day, every day. So you know what? Shocker. My skin can get dark.
On a side note, do you remember the name of that fake hedge fund that was supposedly fudding Link back in the day? They were running that huge
Zeus
campaign.
Capital.
Zeus. I couldn't remember the name
Zeus
of
Capital.
it. I was trying to tell DZ about that yesterday.
That was a crazy story, and it was basically where they had figured out.
Yeah.
It was Link people. It was Link whales.
Probably some of these same whales in this story.
Exactly. And what they tried to do was, and they did it actually, they successfully dumped the price. They created an entire report about how Link was going to go to zero. It cost them probably about $25,000 to publish this, do a marketing campaign, and push it on Twitter through crypto influencers. They were actually paying crypto influencers to tweet about this report to get it out there. It cost them about $25,000. They made millions of dollars on the dump.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars. So
weren't they short when it was going down and they accumulated a ton and went long?
Exactly. BitBoy versus Snooki. Shut up, man.
That's great.
I can't help it. I look so good. It's not my fault.
Similar products.
Yeah. Recent analytics data shows that large Chainlink whales have purchased 3.4% of the total Link supply on the dip. According to a tweet posted by on-chain, analytics data vendor Sentiment, large crypto investors acquired a massive amount of Chainlink from weak hands last week. Link is gonna pump. So this is kind of new information to me. I didn't know this was going on right now. So Link is going to pump. So I would definitely watch. I would watch for Link to have a massive run. Now, do I think it's going to outperform everything else for the rest of the bull run? No, I don't. But do I think it'll have a huge pump in it very soon? I do believe that. So somebody said Link is inevitable. I believe that. Whales are not eager to hold their Link. Back in August, they noticed a trend of whales being unwilling to hold for a long time as they kept redistributing their supply among smaller investors. Possible reason was a natural response to the coin's volatile price action. I mean, that's what happens when we have dumps. I mean, that's not really a big deal. Chainlink keeps scoring new partnerships with other blockchain platforms. Hey, I tell you what, though. What was announced last week?
What was
Cardano Partnership.
Oh, the Dish and Boost Mobile?
No. Cardano and Chainlink partners.
With Chainlink. Yeah. See,
so I wonder if that was
never register in my mind.
I know. I wonder if this was people that had insider info that was happening, and they bought it thinking that it would pump real big on that announcement, and then it didn't happen. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why is it uneven? This is the tanning is the new height.
It is. It's
gonna.
Well,
you certainly didn't help me, TJ. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Well, it was payback. I mean, you don't necessarily help me with stuff sometimes.
I did. I didn't say the rest of that sentence.
Well,
God, I didn't tell him what you really said.
Because I didn't really say it.
Right. I didn't really spray tan.
I know. I didn't really. Yeah, you didn't. He didn't spray tan, guys. There you go. Just like this guy said, BitBoy doesn't tan. He just whitens his teeth and grays his hair. No,
my teeth white?
No.
I kind of have yellow enamel.
Yeah. Too much coffee.
Yeah, but I have I haven't had cavities in years and years and years. So.
The basement's running a poll for the prediction of if Ben self-tans.
I do not. I literally have never used self-tanner in my life. Never had one time. Or spray tan. I would never do that. I've been to a tanning bed in my life, though.
And so when you say self-tanner, what exactly is that? Like a cream or something?
Yeah, there's like a lotion, I think. Cream or a lotion. Is that correct? And then a spray tanner, I think you go in and you...
Well, I know what a spray tan is.
It's a booth and they spray you.
That's what's in the changing room.
I saw this and it's what?
It's what's in the other changing room. I know what a booth is. I just don't know what self-tanner is.
So there is a guy... I watched this documentary on steroids in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what the name... I talked about it, I think, after I watched it. It was all about Alex Rodriguez and the longevity clinic, the health clinic that was down there. The guy who snitched on Alex Rodriguez's doctor, he was obsessed with tanning. Like, all of the documentation and evidence that he had, somebody said it's called tinted lotion, but all the evidence and documents that he had got stolen in his car. It got broken into in the parking lot of a tanning bed place where he went in, and the guy called him. It was a big setup. They called him. We're like, hey, you got to come in. We got this new awesome spray tanner. You got to come try out this new lotion. He literally drove all the way up there to this tanning place. It was an hour away to try new tanning lotion.
No way.
How
Well,
obsessed with tanning can somebody be?
I was gonna say
Tanning's a weird thing to be obsessed with.
it is. Well,
No offense. I mean, we love people who are obsessed with tanning. Women, I kind of understand. Men, I don't
it's
care.
similar, I feel like, to people with weight. Like, it doesn't matter how much you lose, you still feel like you need to lose more. And
Yeah.
tanning
Call
people,
that anorexia, I think.
yeah, and it's similar with tanning people. Like, no matter how tan they get, they still feel like they're not very tan because
Yeah.
they're looking at it every day. But
I feel like I don't even look tan. I guess I was just really, really, really white before.
you're definitely
Maybe it's the lights.
no.
So you got too much
I
yellow.
mean, I can
on
make
mine.
you look less tan. Here you
Yeah, go ahead.
There you go. There you go. Less tan, guys.
There we go. There we go, guys. China actually banned spray tans, I heard. So
Yeah. Well, we've totally derailed the show at this point.
the show's over. You guys have a great show. Dapper Labs to launch Top Shot for NFL as FTX signs Packers Aaron Jones. And I'm a little pissed at Aaron Jones. He cost me a fantasy football game a couple weeks ago. But Dapper Labs will reportedly become the second largest source of digital licensing revenue for the NFL Players Association as part of a deal to launch tokenized NFL collectibles. Dapper Labs, the creator of NBA Top Shot and top crypto derivatives exchange, FTX, are both turning to the National Football League as part of their expansion initiatives. Dapper Labs is reportedly working on an NFL collectibles marketplace, while FTX has signed an endorsement deal with star running back Aaron Jones of the Green Bay Packers. Dapper Labs' latest move comes 1 week after the firm teased as part of its latest $250 million funding round announcement that it would venture beyond its basketball-based non-fungible token project, NBA Top Shot, expand into other sports. According to Sports Business Journal sources, the new NFL marketplace is expected to launch before 2022 season begins. NFL and the NFL Players Association will acquire an equity stake, and Dapper is part of the deal. Wow, that's pretty cool. But now that's in the company. That's not in Flow. It's not in the coin Flow.
Correct.
Right. So is Dapper Labs a public company? Can you look that up real quick?
Sure.
Platform is set to follow the model of NBA Top Shot, which tokenizes NBA basketball highlights. I want to know. This is interesting. While details are sparse, the sources told the publication that the deal makes Dapper the NFLPA's second largest source of digital licensing revenue, second only to Madden, the video game. So that's pretty cool. I want to know from you guys, when you think about these NFTs, what are the top moments that you would want to see on an NFT, like NBA Top Shots, but with NFL, what would it be? Justin Tucker, 66-yard kick's got to be one of them. That'd be a pretty good one from this week. What do you think, TJ?
As far as I can tell, they're not a public company, but that was as of March, so it could have changed.
Yeah.
But as far as I can tell, they're not.
The OBJ catch. Got to have the David Tyree catch from the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Got to have the Malcolm Butler interception against the Seahawks. Yeah. Right? That's got to be one. You got Marshawn Lynch.
Who was the cornerback that ran back the first field goal ever, returned the field goal for a touchdown? It was like 109 yards. He caught his
this
back.
Week?
No. This is old.
You're talking about in college?
No. The first guy that did it in the pros, it was, I want to say it was a Raven.
Is it Devin Hester?
No, I can't remember.
Immaculate reception. That's a good one.
Santonio Holmes end zone catch to win the Super Bowl on the sideline.
Oh, that's a good one. Somebody said one that was up there. Go up a little bit over on YouTube. Super Bowl nip slip. That's pretty funny. No, we're not putting that one. Yeah, the helmet catch. Yeah, I don't know. I can't find it.
I can't remember the players. The first time the Titans expansion season when they were in the Super Bowl and they were on the 1 yard line and got stopped and he was holding the ball out there trying to get it over the goal line.
What was his name?
It wasn't
Kevin Dyson.
Yeah.
Kevin Dyson. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's a good one. I thought of a really great one just a minute ago, but I couldn't remember what it was. Joe Theismann leg break. The Dez catch. Come on. Deshaun Jackson run back against the Giants. That's a good one, too.
I was going to say, you got to get some Dion highlights and some of the defensive guys in there for touchdowns.
Oh, Ray Lewis, some Ray Lewis hits.
Randy Moss has had some crazy catches.
The Joe Montana sack where he got hit by Lawrence Taylor and somebody else. He got crushed. It was in the NFC Championship game. That's a good one, too. But Mark Sanchez butt fumble. You guys know I was actually at that game. I was actually at the butt fumble game. This is one of my favorite things I was ever at.
Verdict is in, by the way.
I do not use spray tanner. I'm honest. I would tell you guys if I was using spray tanner. I don't use spray tanner. I would not do that.
You look a lot less tan right now.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, they said, what was I just talking about? This has got me all jacked up.
The game you were at for the fumble.
The butt fumble game. Yeah. So we went up for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade that year. Me and my wife, was like her bucket listening. Went up there. I was like, hey, let's go check out the Patriots and the Jets. I was thinking at the beginning of the season, Tim Tebow would be playing for the Jets because he was on the team. And that was the craziest, 15 minutes where the Patriots scored 2 touchdowns in 10 seconds. And then right after that, we had the butt fumble game. Or we had the butt fumble where Mark Sanchez, fumbled on the center's butt. And it's hilarious. I can't believe, out of all the games to be at randomly, that was one that I was at. So I guess I'm at a lot of games. It's not random. Okay. All right. BitBoy, which first Falcons winning twice in October or XRP lawsuit settling in October? Which happens first? I think they'll both happen around the same time. Because we got 2 games. We got the Redskins, which we can win. And then we have the Jets right after that, which we could win. So the Philly special, that's definitely another good one. So that was fun. That was a fun conversation. Janet Yellen says U.S. could run out of cash to pay its bills in less than 3 weeks. This is Janet, no telling Yellin, Janet Felon Yellin, also known as the Tweety Bird Monster. You guys can look that up along with Jerome Powell. Look at this. We got a Tweety Bird Monster and a Christmas elf. It's amazing. Treasury Secretary Janet Felon Yellin warned lawmakers Tuesday that the federal government could run short of cash to pay its bills by October 18th unless Congress acts quickly to increase the government's borrowing authority. The warning, in an appearance from the Senate Banking Committee, comes amid a standoff in Congress over the so-called debt ceiling, which, by the way, I'm still waiting on a very good description, explainer about this debt ceiling. I'll have that pretty soon, and so we can talk a little bit more thoroughly about that in the coming days and weeks. But this is going to run out. They can't pay their bills after October 18th. The warning in an appearance for the Senate Banking Committee comes amid a standoff in Congress over the so-called debt ceiling. Senate Republicans, this is news, this just happened. Senate Republicans blocked a measure to increase or suspend the debt ceiling on Monday. Of course, the Republicans, I guess they want the government to shut down. Is that what they would want right now?
Who cares?
I'm just saying, what would that make the Democrats look bad? I don't know.
It just makes us all look bad.
It does. That's why it's hard to know what the move here is, because there's really no win. There's no win here. I mean, the problem is we've gotten to this place.
Politicians are idiots.
Yeah, they are for sure. Yellen said the exact date was subject to change given the unpredictability of the government's cash flows. She made it clear that failure to clinch a deal by mid-October would lead to the first default in U.S. history, an event she has described as a catastrophe or catastrophic for the economy. She warned Social Security benefits, child tax credits, and paychecks for military could all be jeopardized if the federal government is unable to borrow more money. Yellen cautioned that even flirting with a default could rattle financial markets. She recalled an earlier standoff during the Obama administration in 2011. I remember this. Congress waited until the last minute to raise the debt limit, resulting in higher borrowing costs for both the government and consumers. This would be a manufactured crisis. We haven't put. Just think about this. Think about this. Our government has built up a deficit of trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars. We haven't had a balanced budget, I think, where we actually spent the money we're going to spend and said we were going to spend. We didn't overspend in a long time. Maybe there was 1 year somewhere along the way where we did. But we are basically spending more than we make or even print every single year. Janet Felon Yellin has the audacity to say this would be a manufactured crisis imposed on this country. It would be a self-inflicted wound of enormous proportions. No, Janet, you idiot. Wrong. This is because of years and years and years and years of carelessness from the government. Actually, that's not true. It's not carelessness. It's only caring about their own selfish political ambitions. It's not caring about these countries. These people in Washington, D.C. hate you. They hate you. They don't just not want to work for you. They hate you. Janet Yellen hates you. I promise that. She thinks she's better than you. She thinks you're scum. She knows you can't go out and get $7 million in profits given to you from banks for Zoom calls in a year. That's what she did. Which, by the way, there was a comment on one of our Facebook posts about this, and somebody said, you can't possibly say Janet Yellen is corrupt just because she made $7 million from banks for Zoom calls. Really? This is the problem with so many people. They're so dumb. They're so blind to what's going on. Everybody watching this chat that's in here right now, you're smart enough to know that if you're the Treasury Secretary and banks pay you $7 million to speak on Zoom calls in 1 year, you're smart enough to know that's corruption. The fact there are sheeple walking around that dumb, it blows my mind. It baffles me. We get back to the same conversation we had yesterday, which is the people that blindly trust the government. They hate you. They literally hate you. They can't stand you. That's why they go to their little perches and they sit up there in Washington, D.C., and they do nothing. And when they're not there, they're not with their constituents. They're on vacation. That's what they're doing. Look how many weeks these people spend on vacations. And no, they don't go for 2 or 3 days. They're for weeks at a time. Weeks at a time. They don't want to be around you. When's the last time you saw a state senator going and having coffee with the people outside of their campaign? It doesn't happen. They don't care. Somebody said at the minimum it's conflict of interest. Well, a willful conflict of interest is corruption. Think about that. A willful conflict of interest where you know it's a conflict of interest and you do it anyways, that's like the definition of corruption, right? You know you're doing something you shouldn't be doing, and you do it anyways. So anyways, I'll get back on that one if I'm not careful. Every time I talk about this lady, I go crazy because I can't stand her. I don't know if it's her hair or what. It might be her hair. It really triggers me. Let's see. John Kennedy, press Yellin. I want to press Yellin. On why Democrats don't simply raise the debt ceiling on their own, using a procedural move to sidestep the need for GOP support. Why don't y'all just do it and then we don't have this fight? Let's go have a cocktail. Wow. This guy's something. I haven't made my mind up about this guy yet. He is a very interesting person. Very interesting to listen to him talk. He's the one. This is the guy who, I think this is the guy that asked Gary Gensler if he was crypto's daddy. Would you say you're their daddy? It's pretty funny. He's at least great for sound bites. I'll tell you that much. Democrats push back, knowing that more than a quarter of the federal debt the government needs to pay was accumulated during the Trump administration. How stupid. Well, Trump spent the money. We shouldn't have to pay for it. Yeah, go look at Obama's number. They all spend the money. Every president has spent more money than the last for all of history. I wonder if Secretary Yellen takes you up on that offer to go get a cocktail, if you would pay or you'd skip out paying the bill and expect Secretary Yellen to pay. Sherrod Brown said, yeah, with some of that $7 million. Go ahead, drop a freaking cocktail on me, I guess. Not on me, but on him. I don't drink. But yeah. Okay. All right, we'll move on here. I talk about that all day, really. U.S. senators proposed bill to monitor foreign countries' use and mining of digital assets. 2 U.S. senators have proposed a bipartisan bill, and this is found on bitboycrypto.com, by the way, calling the Treasury Department and other agencies to investigate what other countries are mining in crypto and what digital assets they are using then to share their report with Congress. Maggie Hassan and Joni Ernst have introduced a bipartisan bill, which, if passed, will require the Treasury Department to investigate and report on findings, crypto use, and mining. General scope of this study will be on global mining operations and their impact on supply chains, including semiconductors, according to the bill. I'll be honest with you, I have no problem with this. I mean, shouldn't the government have as much information on other countries as possible? Like, isn't that kind of the point of intelligence? TJ?
Yeah, I guess. I didn't. What was the rest of the article?
I knew you weren't listening. That's why I asked you. Okay, so this story here, right? This story is, there's a bill that they want to investigate other countries' use of digital currency and their mining operations. Isn't that like kind of what intelligence is supposed to do anyways? Like, shouldn't we want to gather as much intelligence on as many countries as we possibly can?
Yeah, intelligence, you definitely want to gather as much as you can, but this kind of comes back to trusting the government. Do you really want to trust our government to have all that intelligence? Because basically, they're not just going to go after foreign countries. They're going to go after all their own citizens as
Well, they're
well.
already doing that.
Right. So this
They're
is
already doing that. If they're going to do it to us, might as well do it to other people.
Yeah, they're gonna do it to everybody, and
Yeah.
they're gonna present it in a way that makes it sound really good and really advantageous. We need to do this for us and for protection, all these different things, and same kind of like they do with the monitoring of the other activities on the internet. They'll say it's to prevent, nefarious activities on the internet, but it really is just to get as much information on as many people as possible. And
Yeah.
then what do they do with it and how it scales out is really it's not about the today, it's about 15 years from now when they have complete surveillance on everybody and everything and every transaction that it gets pretty dire.
Let's just say they're already like I said, they're already doing that here. They're already moved in a position to do that here. So like I'll stand by my position. I feel like this doesn't surprise me. I would just say like, why would they not? Like, why would they not? Like we want to be like, hey, be harder on us than you are in intelligence gathering in other countries. I mean, we should want like think about this. If we do believe this like space race, right? Like, well, you think we weren't gathering intel on what all these other countries were doing in terms of trying to get to space, right?
Right.
If this is the space race and we do believe that, we want to be the furthest ahead in crypto at some point, maybe gathering this information would kick our government into gear and be like, holy crap, look how far behind we are. So I don't know. I don't really look at this as that negative of a story, or if this was looking at us in our own country and continuing to take away our own rights, then I'd be a little more alarmed by it. But I don't think that this I don't think this has anything to I don't think it's extremely negative. The cat would probably disagree with me.
Yeah.
Jim Cramer is begging his audience to sell crypto. What next? This guy's a meme, basically. He's a giant meme.
Well, generally he's a reverse indicator, so I guess that's bullish.
Yeah, exactly. There are a lot of people who, do believe that whenever he says something, the exact opposite happens. He's known among the trading community for his acerbic tongue. I don't know what a acerbic tongue means, but it sounds kind of hot. His lightning ideas, and also for his trading advice show on CNBC. I mean, because I would think it means like panting is all it's saying. Like,
Like what?
Like panting. Like you're out of breath.
So that's an acerbic tongue right there?
Maybe. I don't know what acerbic means. Sounds like aerobic almost.
It does sound like aerobic.
I'm not going to do aerobics.
Let me see an aerobic tongue.
No, I'm not going to do that. I drew the line right there. Kramer has been a noteworthy fan of cryptos, buying both Bitcoin. He's not a noteworthy fan of cryptos. How silly. I'm not going to act like that's a good story. I'm not going to act like I want to cover that story. Better point. I don't like giving that guy attention. Verifone to enable crypto payments at major retailers through BitPay. And you were saying you like the story. You felt like this was
it's just another step in the right direction. It's just another. It's nothing. It's not huge, but it's groundwork in the sense that it's getting options to use crypto. I mean, I think they mentioned Bitcoin, but I imagine it's mostly going to be about other cryptos. It's going to give that. It's going to put that in front of millions more people. And anytime that happens, that's positive for the long term. But I don't think we're going to see an immediate pump from it or anything. But it's definitely long term steps in the right direction.
What is like? Where do you use Verifone?
It's a point of purchase system. It's like the merchant uses it. You're not going to use it as much.
Oh, it's this.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that's pretty big.
I guess I've never noticed that was the name on these. I'll notice it now.
Yeah.
Now I'll start noticing all the different ones.
Right.
Or check that out before. But yeah, spin crypto. Right. Highly do not suggest it, but one way or the other. I mean, why would you want to spend it if you think it's going up? I don't know the answer to that question. So, all right, guys, that's it for today. I felt like it was a pretty good show. I think we covered, we did enough excitement for the boring news that was out there today, but we had some interesting news, especially with the Coinbase ETF thing going on. The Altair upgrade that's coming, or for Ethereum, XRP getting into NFTs, a lot of cool stuff there. So, guys, I guess that's the whole show. Is there anything I want to close with?
Be blessed. BitBoy out.
That's all I got. Be blessed. BitBoy out.